Schlegel stared down the pins through his wide lens glasses, gulped a mouthful of air, and exhaled hard from somewhere deep within himself. Somehow, amid all the frenzy and bombast, his mousy hair still sat neatly parted on his head. The TV lights glimmered off his receding hairline. He looked down at his ball once more and adjusted his stance slightly. Then he looked back up at the pins with his mean mouth and narrowing eyes, his gnarled nose still striped with an ivory breathe-right strip. "Biggest shot of the match right here," Anthony said. And as Schlegel ran to the opposite lane, pumping his fist after blasting the pocket yet again for a strike, Anthony asked the question many in the arena surely were pondering by now. "How can you do it any better than that?" Anthony says. 52 years old, and he's running them out. Schlegel's strike on his last ball in the 10th frame forced Peterson to strike on his next shot or go home a loser. The cameras caught Peterson mumbling to himself in his seat as he stared down the 10 pins that stood between him and $40,000. "One shot," he seemed to say to himself, "one time." The golden smile of the kid from San Marino, once known on the tour as Captain Happy, was noticeably missing when Peterson took the approach. Now he wore the stormy poker face of a man with nothing on his mind but the business before him. Throw a strike and sign the back of that $40,000 check. Anything less, and you lose. "Well, it's all up to Randy Peterson," Anthony said. "One ball, and we'll know if we've got a winner or a loser right here." Peterson got the shot off quickly. Anthony had hardly finished that last sentence before the ball was halfway down the lane. The shot was every bit as perfect as his last 3, each of which crunched the pocket for no-doubt strikes. Peterson was about to be reminded that in bowling, as in life, sometimes perfect is not good enough. Seconds after Peterson got the shot off, he collapsed to the ground in a fetal position. His face turned as red as a beet as he buried it in his hands. Like everyone else in the building, he could not believe what he had just seen. His ball angled violently toward the pocket, the way it had so many times before in this game. But this time, a single pin in the back row, the 8-pin, remained standing. In professional bowling, it is a break so devastating it has its own name. Pro bowlers call it the Stone 8.